Okay, hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. First and foremost, I just want to say that I played PUBG on console on the Xbox pretty much since launch around Christmas time a few years back, and I've had some great times on it. And I put up in the early days with all the bugs falling through the floor, kick to dash every other game, really bad performance issues, frame rates were terrible, but I think the core of it, being one of the original battle royales, was really great, and I had so much fun on it. The tense gameplay, getting to the final zone, I thought it was like nothing other. But sadly, over the past fair few months, the player base has really shrunk, especially on console, and I'm one of those players. So you had games come out over the last year like Apex, pumping out the good content, and it's a good stable battle royale pretty much, and Warzone, of course, and obviously both of them do have their own minor faults. They're not perfect, but on balance they run at smooth frame rates. They're generally fun. You don't tend to get kicked to the dashboard or anything like that. They do have their issues, but PUBG has kind of taken the cake over the last year, especially with the cheaters. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been in games and I've been shot through walls, shot through trees. I've watched people with radar and things like that, and now it's a sad state of affair that now PUBG have to put bots into the game to fill the lobbies up. But that is the way it is for the moment. I mean, if it keeps the game alive somewhat until they can, pull them fans back, then I suppose that's okay. But I just wanted to talk about my experience with the bots. So the gameplay you've seen in the background is pretty much me and around 90 odd bots. I'd say there was probably one or two normal players. You can tell by how they move because the bots are not good. They are not great in the slightest, and I think you can kind of tell the bots' names. Most of them have the underscores in them. But I must admit, it kind of takes me back. So I grew up in an age with games like Time Splitters and stuff, like where you'd play offline. There was no real online, and you'd be playing against bots and just chilling out. And that's the kind of the view I took with this, and it's a great opportunity to improve your aim, to unlock them challenges, to get to know the map, and maybe drop in the areas that normally you're not fond of dropping because you're a below average player, or you don't like the hot drops, because there are a lot of good players on PUBG out there. At my peak, I'd say I was probably average or a little above average. I'd never say I was amazing, but I must admit I've had a bit of fun with the bots. I suppose I can't see it living for very long compared to the normal gameplay. Like I can see after a while it getting a bit tedious, but I've had a bit of fun. I think the main thing from it is you just get to practice your aim more, especially with them snipers, even use guns like pistols, throwing melee weapons, and just generally having fun, and that's how I treated it. So how I do it is basically I am on console. Obviously I'm on the Xbox, so what I would do is I go into the settings on the main menu. I would turn off the crossplay option, so I couldn't play with PS4, so that really limits the amount of people you can play with. And then I put it on first person mode, which I think is fantastic, and it's something that I couldn't play before in the EU servers, because it would literally pull about 20 people into the server, and I couldn't really find a match. And what will happen after about 3 minutes of searching for a game, it will literally just decide to throw you in with a load of bots. So you're there in a first person match on a random map, and you're pretty much against 90% bots. So, and that's when you want to chill out and have a bit of fun and just really just enjoy the game for practicing and what it is really. I must admit, it's not half as fun as the intense gameplay of being in with other players, in playing tactically, because against bots, they are really terrible. It'd be nice if they kind of improved the bots' performance, maybe graded them, so you'd have like beginner bots, average bots, and an expert bots. But I suppose, who am I to say that? I ain't a game developer. But those are just my thoughts. So that's how you can have a little bit of fun anyway. That's how I do it. If you wanted to just chill out on PUBG for a bit and play against a few bots and practice your stuff anyway. So I'll let the gameplay roll on. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe if you like, and leave a like button. Thank you very much for watching, dudes, and I will catch you next time.